the following presentation of the National Football League.
On the visitor sideline, Pete Carroll, the coach of the Raiders. His guys come in here winners of 2 straight. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys came up short on the road last week. Now they're trying to turn things around in front of the home crowd here.
What's up, party people? We have a slow sim game today to open up week 10 between the Raiders 3-5 and the Broncos 3-6. Now the Raiders are coming off a big blowout win against the Chiefs. They put up 55 points, intercepting Patrick Mahomes. As you can see, nobody's injured. And the Broncos are a team we're going to focus on because this is a team I've been trying to get to play well. I've been focusing on them all season as far as like trying to build them and change their playbooks. Just not working out for them until maybe now. I think we found an offense, so we'll talk about them after we talk about the Raiders. The Raiders are now in New England's offense, vertical power run, and Baltimore's defense, 3-4 under. The play sheets they're using are 4-2-5, batch of blitzes, and wide trips. So it worked very well for them last game. I believe it is their number 2 wide receiver, Jack Best, that is in the slot. That has also been asked for me to let you guys know who's in the slot on offense. Well, the Broncos are in a new offense. They started off at the beginning of the season. I believe I had them in the Bengals offense, and then they were in the Giants offense, and nothing was really working for them, and defensively either. So we now have them in the Buffalo vertical zone and Seattle's Tampa 2. This is a new scheme change for Seattle. It didn't work out that great last week, so I think Tampa 2 is their highest scheme. Play sheets are wide slot, air raid gun. I think that worked well for the Bills using this offense. And then batch of blitzes and masters of the skies. And then it's been asked again for me to let you guys know who's in the slot. Very important. This offense feeds the slot, and we have moved our best wide receiver, our number 1 wide receiver, Cortland Sutton there. The Bills, they rock this offense. Shakir is their number 1 wide receiver and also in the slot. So we want that to be reflected in that. And I'm hoping these changes get them going. They need to be playing much better on offense and defense. They're too high overall to be losing to teams like, well, the Vegas Raiders.
So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. To throw, it's Milton. That would complete to Trey Tucker. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. And he's going to use his legs here. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. 4th down now after a loss of 2. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his 2nd year in the NFL now.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
And the Broncos, first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Nix. Open man, and again it's Sutton. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. The tackle made by Landon Roberts.
On the play. 2nd and 10 at their 49-yard line.
They'll run with a 2nd-round pick from April's draft. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. You look at this Raiders defense. They were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
He'll air this one out for Mims. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. 2nd drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They are riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much, don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best and don't worry about the rest of it.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. Hit and drop behind the line by Dre Greenlaw.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
Throw right side, looked in here by Besh. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's caught by Tucker. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of 8. That's good for a Las Vegas 1st down. An 8-yard pickup. And a Las Vegas 1st down.
Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Throwing is Milton. Over the middle, hooks up with a tight end, Bowers. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
13 yards on the play. That's another Raiders 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Genty. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The numbers for him from a week ago. 15 carries, a trip to the end zone to go along with 118 yards.
Well, obviously, he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame, he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. 4th down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And he hits the upright, but it caroms in anyway. Boy, plenty of distance there as he banks it in. So that your
game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players, guys. You make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7.
at the 31-yard line.
They'll go again with Dobbins. And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35. You look at this Raiders defense. This unit coming into this one ranked number 20 against the pass in the NFL.
They absolutely have to avoid the penalties, have to walk that line between being aggressive and the ones that get you in trouble. The illegal contact, pass interference calls, they've got to make sure that they don't have those.
13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. The QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Boy, that was pretty. Sidestepping defenders on his way to a pickup of 9 yards. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Off the play fake, here's Nix. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, first down. The Broncos at 3-6 now on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Now it's Nix. Setting up a screen for Harvey. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 22.
Nix to the air. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Porter on the coverage.
Throwing Nix. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Dobbins will score. Touchdown, Broncos. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Lutz with the extra point. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. On the give, Genty. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Here's Nix. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. This is 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 24-yard line.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. Shoves him aside. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. On the sneak, it's Nix. And he will have a Broncos first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
To throw, here's Nix. A short throw to Ingram. It'll be a gain of 5. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5.
Here's a give to Dobbins running right. And at the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Looking to throw. Nix. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 28. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Back to throw now on first down. He'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. 2nd down and 6 now.
4 yards on the pickup.
Back to throw. Nix over the middle. He's got his tight end Ingram. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 13-yard line.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for a Broncos first down. First and 10.
Here's Nix once more. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
A 43-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. It gets it right back to Mayer. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Milton. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Tucker. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
A 53-yard attempt.
The kick by Carlson is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. And this will be caught at the 30. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando and Scott Hansen for our halftime report. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They were losers a week ago to the Texans, but they're on top right now as they start this drive out 1st and 10. Second half starts with a run by Dobbins. Gets around him, and he's got room. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 78 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
At the 39-yard line.
Working out of the gun is Nix. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Looking to throw. Nix. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. But found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
A gain of 5.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4.
And whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are, and now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. J.K. Dobbins leading the way as the offense returns to the field. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone. And now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage. And, again, that second score here in the 3rd quarter. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. One more time with Dobbins. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. J.K. Dobbins, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. They're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You're trailing by double digits. Remember the last time out, They fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard in doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Milton. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Bowers. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down. A gain of 21 yards. First down, Raiders.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now Milton. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd.
To throw, it's Milton. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. The Broncos offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Nix from the shotgun. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
The tackle made back at his own 49.
To throw is Nix. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down. He needed 5. He got it barely as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards.
At the 45-yard line.
Back to throw. Nix. He targets Ingram for another grab. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2. At the Raiders.
They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 98 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 19.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
14 more yards. That's another Broncos first down.
Looking to throw. Nix. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Harvey. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. R.J. Harvey, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. yards to try to add the PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Throwing is Milton. That is caught. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. Here's Milton now to throw. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd and 4. To throw is Milton. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 12 yards there as they move the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10.
Operating from the gun. Milton. He'll drop this underneath for Gentry. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Broncos' 35-yard line.
Back to throw. Milton. And this one is incomplete. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Milton. Able to hit his target. It's Mayer. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 15-yard line. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Raiders.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4. On to give, Gentry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. A field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Joe Milton, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. The Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting set for this next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
The tackle made by Ronnie Johnson. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 35-yard line.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Now it's Nix. He's got a man, and he hits him in stride.
A gain of 9 yards. That's good for a Broncos first down.
Nix to the air. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Off the play fake. Nix. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 36. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10.
A gain of 16 yards. That's another Broncos first down.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 9.
2nd and 3 from the 9. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Broncos look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. The Raiders offense coming back out onto the field. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. They'll try and set up the screen to Genty. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
22-yard line.
2nd and 14. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Denver's offense now set to go. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Throwing Nix on the slant, completes to Sutton. They'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. A shotgun snap and again to Dobbins. And he'll get it down this time in the 17. 137 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Right back to Dobbins on 1st. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Broncos first down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
They'll run with Dobbins. Stopped short. Down at the 1. Had the broken tackle, but couldn't get it all the way home.
A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So the Broncos get it done 34-13, pulling away in the second half. You know, if there's going to be a blowout, I'd rather it be in the second half. Makes for a more entertaining game. I think we might have found the offense for the Broncos. You know, when I think of Bo Nix and look at him as far as a player, he reminds me more of a Josh Allen type anyway. You know, he's only 6'2", and he's not as strong, but he's got 88 speed and 90 acceleration. And when you look at the Bills and Mr. Josh Allen, 88 speed, 91 acceleration. I mean, he is 81 strength and 98 throw power, but pretty close. You know, 93 throw power for Nix, not bad. Yeah, he's a white boy, he can run, and that's what we want him to do. We want him in this offense, and what's really good to see is J.K. Dobbins get going because he was not starting. He didn't play well at the beginning of the year, so we put in Harvey, and Harvey just didn't get it done. So let's look at this game, and then we'll get to the yearly stats. Bo Nix, 264 yards passing, a touchdown. This playbook throws a lot. 26 for 32, 8.3 yards per play. Or attempt, I should say. J.K. Dobbins, 22 carries, 152 yards, 6.9 average a carry, 3 touchdowns, 8 broken tackles. Yeah, this playbook doesn't run that much, but it did for us. Courtland Sutton in the slot, 9 for 94. Evan Ingram, need to get these two guys going. It was like Franklin and Mims out of nowhere, and then, like Harvey. In real life, you just give him limited touches and he does stuff with it. He scored on a screen in the red zone. Greenlaw and Singleton led the team for tackles for loss, John Franklin Myers. Sacks, John Franklin Myers, Zach Allen, Justin Stronad. Interception there for Hufanga. Looking at the records here. So, it's going to be hard to catch Chargers, but we are number 2 in the division, 10th seed. Who's the 7 that we got to pace ourselves with? The 6-3 Cincinnati Bengals. But you never know. These teams can start bunching up in the middle. A team could fall off. But the Pittsburgh Steelers, Baltimore Ravens, and Cincinnati Bengals are all kind of right there. So maybe Denver has a shot at the wild card. You also have 5-5 Indy. They're in it. Miami's at 4-5. So hopefully that last wild card spot starts to get a little bit more interesting. As far as Bo Nix, 2,300 yards on the season. Right now he is top 5, but that'll probably change because this is the first game of Week 10. 14 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. You want him to play better. Get everything up here. The completion percentage, maybe, but definitely yards per game and the QB rating. And maybe we can get yards per attempt up as well. Rushing, R.J. Harvey was averaging 4.7, but it wasn't great. J.K. Dobbins, most of these numbers are from earlier in the season as a backup. So we'll see. Plus, Harvey fumbled 3 times. So, good sight there for Harvey. Courtland Sutton, 49 catches, 679 yards, 5 touchdowns. Evan Ingram. I mean, I didn't even realize that Ingram existed. They just didn't, jump off the page in any of their games. So get those players going. Dre Greenlaw, Singleton, and Brandon Jones all have over 80 tackles leading their team. Tackles for loss, Nick Benito. He is a slow-sim beast. Then you have Cooper and Zach Allen, and sacks, Nick Benito. He's always one of the best to have. Jonathan Cooper, 7.5. Zach Allen 7.5. Interceptions, Hufanga has 6. Greenlaw has 4. Surtain has 1. So, I mean, if we can get Surtain on a run here, the Broncos can make a little bit of a comeback in the second half of the season. It's all about seasons within seasons. Every 4 games is a new season, and maybe the Broncos can start winning their second half. Hell, they win. What we got? They got 10 games down. They can go 11-6, 10-7, and possibly make the playoffs. I mean, you think these AFC North teams are going to eat each other and bring them back, someone in that division back down towards 500, at least one of them. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, let me know what you think. Are you going to rock the Buffalo offense? The Seattle defense looked pretty good. Tampa, too, this is their highest scheme. I think they were 95% on defense. So, I'm all about rocking the best schemes for these teams. Seems to be doing pretty good. The Raiders will be fine. They're young. I mean, they're an 80 overall team and 77 or 78 overall team, 80 on offense, 77 on defense. So they got growing pains to go through. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm back from vacation. I took a mini vacation over the Valentine's Day weekend, and I'm fully recharged and ready to go. Let's go.